the bhav that is now there in your heart. Preparing the. But this is you should understand this at the stage of sadhana. Even in ordinary people, these emotions awaken. But this is called rati or bhas, a semblance of rati. It's not due to awakening, not due to the manifestation of bhav in the heart, rati in the heart. It is due to some sentimental consideration. And therefore it looks like the same thing, but it's different actually. Here we should not be mistaken here. I'm referring to Kariya Rup here, referring to the anubhavs that are manifesting due to the awakening of rati in the heart. So, because they are performed consciously and they are performed with the body, they have been included in the category of endeavors performed at the stage of sadhana and the endeavors performed by one's body. This is called sadhana root. Shastra that is performed in the stage of sadhana. And on the other side, then we have endeavors performed at the stage of bhav. This means endeavors that are performed in the stage in the heart. And this is called bhav roop. Bhav roop is again of two kinds: sthayi bhav roop and vyabhichari roop. So, vyabhichari roop, sthayi bhav roop first means five permanent types of rati. Shantarati, Dashrati, Sakyarati, Vachalirati, Madhurirati. 5 kinds of sthayi bhav, or permanent emotions that is there in the heart of the jiva when bhav bhakti awakens in his heart. In other words, when bhav awakens in the heart, then a permanent mood of love towards the Lord becomes evident. That permanent mood of love is fixed and particular to that jivatma. It cannot be changed. It is like a mango seed can never become a neem seed. A mango seed can never become an apple seed. It doesn't matter how much you desire. Some people, they say that sadhan kale bhavive jaha siddha dehe payavataha jaise ragamaya upar. This is the method of rag, is that whatever rag marg, Narottam Thakur said that whatever you meditate at the stage of sadhan, that manifests in the stage of perfection. So people, they misunderstand that, this means that you can imagine any kind of mood at the stage of sadhana and this will determine your siddha swarup. But Narottam Thakur is not saying that. He's saying that at the stage of sadhana, when you meditate and you perform service according to the eternal inclination that is there in your heart, then that will awaken your nitya siddha bhav, or your eternal mood, your eternal sthayi bhav. Sadhana means that you have to have something to perform sadhana with. Sadhana cannot be performed on the basis of speculation. In other words, Guru and Vaishnavas, when they indicate to us about our eternal identity, they speak their sweet Harikatha, then based on that indication and based on the moods that are spontaneously awakening in our heart, that is coming from the Atma itself, that when we perform sadhana with those moods, then the siddha swarup will become evident. But if you are, it's like a mundane example would be, if someone is a boy, but he thinks he's a girl, despite thinking he's a girl, he's going to become a girl. It's not possible. Or if there's a girl, just because thinking he's a boy, he's going to become a boy. Someone may try physically to try to change their body, but the body is fixed. It may be that there's a girl that is born inside a boy's body. That may be there. They may be more feminine than masculine. That is there. Because there are 400,000 different species of humans. And it has been described in the scriptures, Hidras, the Kinnaras. They are basically male body, but they have feminine nature. Basically, they are women bodies, male bodies. And you also get men who are born in women's bodies. That is there, both vice versa. But the physical body you cannot change. The physical body is what it is. And so, Atma is fixed. Atma is eternal. And you cannot change what the Atma is. It has an eternal relationship with the Lord, eternal. If the Atma or the specific Sthayi Bhava of the Atma was conceived at the time of sadhana, that means that it was never eternal. It means it came into being at one point of time. It means that it was always there. It means that mood is fixed, it's eternal. If you manifest your eternal mood at the time of sadhana, then it's not eternal. It's naimatic. It just came about because of a temporary cause. What was the temporary cause? Your bondage in this material world. And you coming in contact with Guru Vaishnava and performing sadhana. So sadhana kala bhavive jaha siddha deha payavajaha means the eternal tendency of the Atma. When you perform sadhana, inspired in that way, then the fruit will become clear at the time of bhava. So these 5 permanent emotions, Santarati, Dasharati, Sakirati, Bhattarati, Madhurati, is called Sthayi Bhava. 5 permanent emotions that are there in the heart of the jiva. And anyone who loves or performs devotion with these, based on these 5 moods, these have been included here in Uttama Bhakti. And again, this Sthayi Bhava group is of 2 kinds. Prem Ankush and Prem itself. Sprout of Prem means Rati. Rati also has been included here. This is stage of Bhav. In other words, Sthayi Bhava is of 2 kinds, the stage of Rati and the stage of Prem. In the premature stage, Sthayi Bhava is in the form of Rati, stage of Bhava Bhakti. And in its mature stage, it becomes Prem. And from Prem it matures into Sneha, Man, Pranaya, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav, Ruddha, Arirudha, etc. in this way. So all of these moods have been defined into this verse of Uttama Bhakti by Rupa Goswami. In other words, up to Srimati Radharani's Madanakya Mahabhav has been described in this verse of Uttama Bhakti. Nothing has been left out. Everything. From Bhakti, from Shuddha Bhakti manifesting in the heart of a sadhak, all the way up to Radharani's Madanakya Mahabhav, all the Ragatmik Bhakti of the Brajvasis have all been described in this verse of Uttama Bhakti. And Vyabhachari group. Sthayi Bhava group and Vyabhachari group. Vyabhachari group means the 33 despondent moods that manifest in the heart of the Brajvasis. It's like pride, jealousy, anger, sadness, and like this, different kinds of moods which increase the ocean of ras in Vrindavan. Also, I forgot to mention in the sadhan roop, when we're talking about Kari roop or the Anubhavs, there also the Ashtasattvic bhavs have also been included in that category because they manifest externally on the body. Ashtasattvic bhavs is Sweda, perspiration, Kampa, trembling, Vaivanya, losing of color, Ashru, tears flowing from the eyes, Pulaka, hair standing on the end, Gargada, walls faltering, etc. Like these 8 Ashtasattvic bhavs. And these also, but the difference between Anubhavs and Ashtasattvic bhavs is that Anubhavs are performed with consciously. In Ashtasattvic bhavs, there is no conscious endeavor, they spontaneously manifest in the body. And these Ashtasattvic bhavs in the stage of Rati, on the stage of sadhana, they are only there. There are 5 stages to that. It's been described as Dhumaita, Jvalita, Dipta, Udipta, and Sudipta. In the beginning stage, in the stage of Bhav, 1 or maybe 2 emotions may simultaneously awaken, but they are only to a small degree and they can be covered. Higher than that is Jvalita, it's burning. It's already 2 or 3 may manifest, and it's very, very difficult, only with great difficulty one may hide them. Then Dipta, maybe even 3, 4, 5, and that time their blade is blazing brightly, one cannot hide those emotions anymore. Dipta, Udipta, it's even all 7, 8, all of them even may manifest in the devotee's body. But this is not talking about someone in the stage of sadhana. This is talking about manifesting those whom prem is there. Means the Ragatmik Vasis. All the ascetic bhavs may manifest in the body of the Ragatmik Jan. It is blazing brilliantly. And there is Sudipta, which takes place, manifests only in Srimati Radhika and her Sakhis, like Lalita Vishaka, in the stage of Mahabhav, Aniruddha Mahabhav. All 8 ascetic bhavs simultaneously manifesting, burning brilliantly. In the stage of Bhav or Rati, in the sadhana, only they manifest in the first stage, this is Dhumaita. And 1 or 2, and then they can be concealed. So, these Ashtasattvic bhavs have also been included in this definition by Rupa Goswami. So, if we look at his definition here, you can see that not only has Uttama Bhakti being described, even Bhakti Rasa has been described in this definition. All the ingredients of Bhakti Rasa are being given in this definition. Therefore, all of the devotion, from Radharani's Madhanaki Mahabhav to the devotion of the Ragatmik Jan, to the devotion, the Shuddha Bhakti of the Sadhaks, have all been described in this verse of Uttama Bhakti. Nothing has been left out. Therefore, Gurudev said it's the perfect definition of Bhakti. It describes everything, nothing has been left out. Therefore, Gurudev said that there are, in this definition, when we say Anukulena Krishna Anushilana, why is the word Anukuli given here? Well, he could have just said that Krishna Anushilana, everything has been described. Why we have to give this word Anukuli also? Why is this added here? Because if we don't add the word Anukuliya, the devotion performed in the favorable mood, 2 kinds of faults arise. Avyapti dosh and Ativyapti dosh. Avyapti dosh means the definition is too narrow. That means things which are bhakti are excluded. And Ativyapti means that the definition is too broad. That things which are not bhakti then become included within the definition. Example is given like for Avyapti dosh. If we just say Krishna Anushilana, not done in a favorable mood, then Avyapti dosh, we can see that things which are too narrow. The definition becomes too narrow. Things which are bhakti are not. Things which are bhakti and then are not included. So Anukuli means for the ultimate benefit of performing in a favorable mood. Pratikul bhav rohit means there should be no pratikul bhav in that. So Mother Yashoda, for instance, when she picked up Krishna, when she was feeding Krishna breast milk, and then she put him down to go save the milk, at that time what happened? Krishna, he began crying, very angry. Oh, mother has left me. And he went and broke the yogurt pot. Then after that he went and he started feeding all the monkeys and the crows. So Krishna became very angry. So here it may seem that, oh, Mother Yashoda has done something displeasing to Krishna. But is it bhakti or not? Guru said, yes, this is the topmost bhakti. Mother Yashoda is Ragatmik. She is the eternal mother of Shri Krishna. And why did she put Krishna down? Because she went to save the milk. She understood that without saving this milk, I cannot make sandesh and barfi and kheer and so many sweets for displeasing to Krishna. So she was thinking of the ultimate benefit of Krishna. And she was doing it out of love for Krishna. Therefore, if we consider that bhakti was only for the pleasure of Krishna, not for his ultimate benefit, then someone may come to the conclusion that, okay, Mother Yashoda is not performing devotion because Krishna is crying. How is she making Krishna happy? But when we say it was for his ultimate benefit or ultimate happiness, Anukuliyana, is done in a favorable mood, then Mother Yashoda's devotion is she is doing it in a favorable mood. On the other hand, if we look at the activity of the Chanud and Mustik when they are fighting with Krishna, if we didn't have this word Anukuliya, then Chanud and Mustik beating Krishna was making him happy. Krishna was feeling so much happiness. Oh, now I'm finally fighting. I'm going to have a good wrestle, a good fight with these things. Krishna is feeling so much happiness. So, if the word Anukuliya was not Obvious, Charana Mufti are not performing devotion. Why? Their intent is to kill Krishna. They want to smash him and destroy him. So how can this be devotion? Krishna is receiving happiness. So we may say, oh look, this is bhakti. But no, because they have a particular bhav, unfavorable attitudes towards Krishna. Therefore, it can never be included in devotion. Therefore, this word anukulya then pinpoint defines exactly what is devotion. Pratikul bhav, there should be no pratikul bhav. It should be done with the mood of the ultimate happiness of Krishna. Madhya Yashoda is making Krishna cry, but it's for his ultimate pleasure. And Chandana Mustika is making Krishna happy, but it's for his ultimate destruction. Big difference. And if you just took the word anukulya, then and the word Krishna Anushilana was not given there. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that even a clay pot is anukulya. A clay pot has no particular bhav. But can we say that a clay pot is performing devotion to Krishna? No. Therefore, both these words, anukulya, Krishna Anushilana, together combined, describes to us what is Uttama Bhakti. This is the Sarup Lakshana, or the inherent symptoms of pure devotion. And this definition defines everyone's bhakti. Wherever there is bhakti, it comes under this definition. It describes everyone's, from Sarak up to Srimati Radharani's devotion. Then, so we have understood now what is bhakti. But then, now when we go to understand what is not bhakti, it becomes clear. The first verse is Anya Bilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Dhinamitam. Anya Bilashita Shunyam. Anya Bilashita Shunyam. There should be no Anya Bilash in one's devotion. But does not just say Anya Bilash, no Anya Bilash. It says Anya Bilashita. No Anya Bilash in your natural state. In your natural condition, there should be no Anya Bilash. So what does that mean? That means when a devotee falls into danger and cries out for the Lord, they're crying out for their own safety. So what does this have to do with Krishna's happiness? I might say this is an Anya Bilash. Like Draupadi is calling out, Hey Govinda Raka Saranya Apta Jivana Hari, please protect me. Dushasan was pulling on her cloth. She was unable to protect herself, so she raised her hand and surrendered to Govinda and called out for his protection. So someone may say, oh look, that Draupadi has Anya Bilash. Rupa Goswami said no. Someone may argue, whose devotion is superior, Prahlad Maharaj or Draupadi? Look at Prahlad Maharaj. When Hiranyakashipu brought a sword to his throat, fed him poison, threw him in front of serpents, threw him at the feet of a mad elephant. Then what did Prahlad Maharaj do? He did nothing. He only sat there and he remembered the Lord, completely composed and calm. To see how surrendered he is. But look at Draupadi, little difficulty, then immediately she's crying out to the Lord. Then someone may say, look, Prahlad Maharaj is so much superior to Draupadi. But this could not be further than the truth. Draupadi is far more superior than Prahlad Maharaj. This is what Srila Gurudev described. Prahlad Maharaj is a great Vaishnava, he is a great Mahajan. His mood is Shanta, maybe some Dasya is there. But Draupadi, she is Prem Parabhakta. Like the Pandavas. She has such an intimate relationship with Krishna that Krishna calls her Sakhi even. And Draupadi, whenever she remembers Krishna, Krishna comes there. She has so much love for Krishna. Out of all the Pandavas, Draupadi's love is the topmost. So, in Bihar Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami described the different gradations of devotion. Devotees and the Pandavas have been described in this way, to be so superior. So, therefore, if Rupa Goswami had described that Anya Bilash Shunyam, and not Ita, then someone may have a case. But because he has given this prefix Ita here, or the suffix Ita means here indicates in one's natural condition or one's ordinary state. So Anya Bilash Shunyam. One in one's ordinary state is free from any Anya Bilash, then there is no fault. So, but in a time of distress, if someone calls out, then there is no fault either. Why? Because Bhagavan is Bhakta Vatsalya. And the devotee naturally, whom does it take shelter of? It takes shelter of the Lord. When there is a problem, Rakshasiti Vishwasa Gopite Varnamta. Someone who is Sharanagat, then naturally he calls out to the Lord for his own protection. Therefore, Anyabhilash is Shunya. Free from any other Anyabhilash in one's natural condition. In other words, in your natural condition, when there is no distress, there is no problem, and then you desire things other than the happiness of Krishna, then this is wrong. This is a Anyabhilash, or ulterior desire. But in a state of distress, or unnatural state, if you call out for the Lord, then there's no fault there. Goswami describes. Therefore, Draupadi is calling out to Krishna, there's no fault. She was under pressure, under threat, and she called out, and Krishna happily came and protected her. Because he is Bhakta Vatsalya. He is affectionate towards his devotees. And the devotees have no other sharan, no other shelter but the Lord himself. So, Anyabhilashta Shunyam. So there's a difference between Anyabhilash and Anyabhilashta. One is just a general Anyabhilash. One is that means in all situations. And one is Anyabhilash only at the time when it is ultimately required. Devotees that never want to disturb the Lord, but sometimes due to providence, some situation they have to pray to the Lord for their own sake. There's no fault in that. Then Jnana Karma Jnanavritam. One's bhakti should not be covered by karma, jnana, etc. Karma here, why he's saying anavritam? Why not covered? He could say jnana karma, adi, rohita, free from jnana karma. Bhakti should be free from jnana karma. But why is he saying covered? In other words, that means there must be some karma and jnana there. But it's not covering one's bhakti. In other words, in this world you cannot live without doing any karma. It's not possible you can stay 1 minute. Your breathing is devotion. In other words, that should not be prominent. Edehera kriya. Edehera kriya. He said that we should not perform out. We should perform out. Edehera kriya abhyasa koribo. Edehera kriya abhyasa koribo. Jivana yapana lagi. We perform all these activities of our body, maintenance, but in a mood of detachment and in a mood of requirement, not out of attachment. The difference between a devotee wash cleaning his body and a materialist. Materialist, why only take bath? I'll take bath, I'll smell good, then I'll go and enjoy it with the opposite sex, or he has some desire in his heart, therefore he takes care of his body and he combs his hair and he makes himself look very beautiful and so many things. Why? For his own happiness. And devotee, why we maintain our body? Because we understand this body is been given to us by some great fortune, and now this body is a temple of Vishnu, temple of the Lord. We have to maintain this body so we can perform our Guru Seva. Therefore we take bath and we perform all our duties. We take Mahaprasad, we honor, serve Mahaprasad, and therefore we're not eating but we're honoring. So there's a great difference between the karma that the materialistics perform and the devotee perform. The devotee, they perform these activities but it doesn't cover their bhakti. The bhakti remains untouched by it. It is supporting. It's performed because it helps us and it's favorable for our devotion. Therefore we do it. Anything that is unfavorable, any unfavorable karma will never do. Only that which is required, we do those activities. Jnana, knowledge also is required. Think I don't need any knowledge. You don't need any knowledge, then what will happen to you? You cannot function in this world without any knowledge. How to interact with people, how to talk with them. You need some language. Language is knowledge. If you didn't know any language, then how could you hear Harikatha? You would not be able to understand even one single word. Like if I start speaking in Finnish, how many people will understand here? What is the benefit then? You don't understand one single word. So you need language. You need knowledge. If you're going on the street, you're driving your car, and there is a red light, then what do you have to do? You have to stop. This is knowledge. You have no knowledge? Okay, you just drive through the red light, what will happen? You get into an accident, you'll die. You need some knowledge. It's not possible you can live in this world without any knowledge. You don't have any basic knowledge, you go up to a police officer and you pick a fight with him, start abusing him, then what will happen? He'll put you in jail. There are certain rules and regulations and things we need to understand in this world to function. It's called knowledge. So what is necessary for our existence, we know those things. But if you begin to study and this thing, that thing, and taking to the path of Gyan, and it covers your bhakti, then it is unfavorable. Like karma, you begin working very hard for your happiness of your own senses, then it is unfavorable. Adi means other processes like yoga and other things that are unrelated to devotion, other processes. Gyan, karma, yoga, whatever it may be, they should not cover our devotion. Anything that is favorable to our devotion we may accept to some degree, whatever is required, but it should not cover our devotion. Therefore, the word anavritam, covered, is being given and not rohita or free from. So, what is not bhakti has been described in the first verse. Anyabhilashita, ulterior desires that are performed in our natural state. These are not bhakti. And Gyan, karma and all these other processes, these are also not devotion. And they have been described in context with devotion, how we have to accept all of these things. So this is the Tatastha Lakshana, the external symptom of Uttama Bhakti. Tatastha Lakshana and the Swarup Lakshana. So as a whole, here we can see, we have to accept those things which are favorable, the positive, and we have to reject those which are unfavorable, the negative. And combined, then it is only Uttama Bhakti. If you perform Uttama Bhakti, but then you have so many other desires in your heart, then it will not be Uttama Bhakti. It will be some kind of Mishra Bhakti. Also, there will be kind of mixed devotion. So, therefore, Rupa Goswami has described to us what is the ultimate definition of pure devotion. And this supersedes all other definitions, even more than those described in the Bhagavatam or here or there. So, when we understand all of these things, then if we give up all of our activities for this kind of devotion, for the pleasure of Sri Krishna, then there is no fault. Srila Gurudev humbly replied by quoting the Bhagavatam verse, Devatsi bhutaptinvinam pitrinam na kinkaranayam rini charajam sarvatmaya saranam saranyam gato mukundam parihritti kardam. O King, that person who has fully surrendered to Mukunda, the supreme shelter of all, is not indebted to the demigods, to ascetics, to the forefathers, to friends and relatives, or to any ordinary living being. He is the servant of Mukunda alone. The verse from the Bhagavatam. So someone who surrenders to the Lord, sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam, his whole being he surrenders, and he's not indebted to anyone anymore. Nor his father, nor his mother, nor his friends, relatives, anybody. The demigods, the king, the nation, nobody. For the devotees, they are above everything. They answer to only one person alone, that is Guru and Bhagavan. And therefore, they have surrendered unto them, they are in their shelter, everything they do is for their pleasure, for their happiness. Therefore, if they give up their responsibilities towards society, to their family, there is no fault. Krishna himself says that I myself will then protect you. Krishna himself will then he will fulfill all of your obligations. There are so many examples of that. So, but it is the nature. Someone who is in household life, then because they are attached to household life, they are attached to that household life, therefore they are in household life. Therefore, because that is their attachment, that is their heart is there, therefore they will recommend that to anyone. Oh, why you have to be brahmachari? Why you should be so nice? You should stay home and do bhakti like Prahlad Maharaj, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur, like the Pandavas. No need. Because that is all they know, that is where their nishta is, that is where they think they are happy, they are satisfied. But if someone is honest, then they will say, no, you should go and take shelter of the Lord. You should go and perform your bhajan. I will not create any obstacles to you. And those who are naturally brahmacharis and sannyas, they will never recommend anyone to go into grihastha life. Gurudev said, no, I cannot order you to take poison. I cannot order you to go into the fire. You will come to Gurudev. Oh, Gurudev, I want to marry. Please give me a blessing. No. I cannot order you to take poison. Do as you want. Buddha said, do as you like. Finally, if he Gurudev could not convince them, or they would not listen, they're just coming to Gurudev for green light, permission. Then Gurudev, then he said, okay, do what you want. And they'll come out very happy. Oh, Gurudev has now given me permission. And this way, they go and do whatever they want. So it's natural. Someone who is tasting pure devotion, and due to that devotion, renunciation has manifested in the heart, then they'll recommend that. If you want love, then look at the love of Nanda and Yashoda, love of Srimati Radhika, Lalita Visakha. Try to aspire and develop this kind of love, the love of the Brajvasis, this kind of Braj mood. This will make you happy. Don't go for anything worldly. It's poison. It's like fire. It will burn you. It will make you very unhappy. You should take up pure devotion. This is the only thing. Ye Atma Suprachiti is the only thing that will satisfy you. It will satisfy the Lord. It will satisfy all other living entities. You want to make your mother, father, relatives, everyone happy? Then Bhagavatam says, take up pure devotion. Ye Atma Suprachiti, this will please you, please Bhagavan, it will please everybody. It's the only way you can please. You think I will please my mother and father? It's not possible that you will fully please them. Impossible. What about your previous lives, mother and father? All your others? It takes that you're indebted. So, you're so much indebted to your mother and father that it says that it will take 7 lifetimes to fully repay their debt. You're in internal debt. It's not possible you can repay their debt. So, therefore, the only way is by pure devotion. By doing pure bhakti, Uttama bhakti, then ultimately everyone will become satisfied by that. So we'll stop here and tomorrow we'll continue. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.